Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches! Retro Review episode 15. In continuation of Pride, we are reviewing In and Out.
In and Out.
So if you haven't seen In and Out, pause. Go watch In and Out. You won't be disappointed.
You won't.
And then come back and watch this because we're just going to quote the whole thing.
Exactly. Also subscribe.
I love this movie. I've been watching it since it came out because obviously I love Kevin Kline and all of the fabulous cunts that are in this movie.
Yes.
But Andrew had never seen it.
Never seen it.
So we watched it last night and...
Loved it.
It's great, right?
It really holds up. I mean, I'm assuming. I mean, like it...
Yeah, it does. Like, it wasn't like, oh, this is...
No.
You know, and I feel like there are, you know, characters who are homophobic. There are moments of homophobia, but the movie isn't approving of them. It's just showing them because that's real life. And then every time they'll show a homophobic character, almost right after there'll be a scene with like someone who's totally cool. Yeah. And like is showing the other side
There was
of the
a lot
story.
of totally coolness, and I was like, this is very progressive.
Right? They're just like, look, I mean, you know, love is love.
Yeah.
What are we gonna, you know?
Debbie Reynolds is like, look, I will love you no matter what. And then it gets a little weird.
If you get married.
Yeah, right.
I need a wedding. It's like heroin.
You're our son and we'll always love you. Gay, straight, red, green, if you rub a back. As long as you get married. I need some beauty and some music and some place cards before I die. It's like heroin.
Oh, Debbie Reynolds is so good in this movie.
Yes.
It was like a really fun watch.
It really was. It was really heartfelt and charming and...
Frank Oz directed. I mean, come on. You can't go wrong with Frank Oz. Except for the score, I want to say, was what that movie was called. Or Heist. He did some heist movie that was, you know...
not his jam.
You know, it was like, oh no, I'd rather watch Little Shop of Horrors or Muppets or Dark Crystal, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. I mean, the list goes on. On and on. And he did Death at Funeral. So it starts in Greenleaf, Indiana, this small town.
Great big small town.
And we get Kevin Kline as the English teacher, drama teacher.
Dead Poet Society.
I was like, I remembered it in my head being, oh, he was like the drama teacher, because like,
sure.
The whole thing is that Matt Dillon goes on to become, you know, an actor and that's the whole thing.
Like, oh, I want to thank my poetry teacher.
English teacher. Anyway.
Someone who taught me a lot about poetry and Shakespeare and just like, you know, staying awake, man.
I do love that, like, he's just a great teacher. Like, he's just a great teacher, you know, who's fabulous and, like, loves the kids and just, that's his life. And he says that like, later, it's my life.
Do you enjoy teaching?
No, I don't enjoy it.
You don't?
No, I love it. It's my life.
Most of the movie was me being like, yay, Kevin Kline!
He's great and charming and, like...
Can do no wrong, honestly.
Right?
I mean, there's movies that don't work, but he's still great.
Sure. Well, then in this movie, he's like...
It's like a tightrope, because he could have gone very fey, effeminate, like, offensive, like, ugh. But he really grounds it as, like, a real character that has three dimensions, and it isn't just that he's gay or straight. Like, there's a personality there outside of that.
Right. He's just a man who happens to love Barbra Streisand.
Yentl sucks.
What did you say?
Yentl, it sucks. It's boring.
She was too old for Yentl!
What did you say?
She was too old for Yentl.
Ernie Sabella showing up.
Oh my god.
Joan Cusack. Fabulous. I mean, it was just like...
The cast is really great.
A string of June Squibb from, like, Nebraska. Remember, like, one of the old ladies. She's in it. The little old lady from Ace Ventura, Laces Out grandma, is in it. Like, it was like, all this, like, oh, I remember that. Oh, that's fun. Wilford Brimley is his dad. Love it. Lauren Ambrose and Zach Orth are, like, some of the students. I'm just saying names.
Yep.
So that happened. And Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
A non-mustachioed Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I like him in this movie, but the mustache it really works for him.
It helps him not, he seems creepy without it, which is weird because normally it's with a mustache that people seem creepy.
Right?
So it's like, huh.
don't know. It's a mystery.
My God, you are pure television.
Stop it.
Yeah, so we get Kevin Kline as this fabulous teacher and his small town. We're establishing the small town. He's getting married to Joan Cusack. He's at her dress fitting, which I was like, red flag.
Right. She's lost all of this weight.
This is why I transformed myself.
Do you want me to start eating again?
No!
I can, Howard! I'm very fragile!
She's so good.
Everything in this movie. But I was like, well, first of all, the groom is not supposed to see the bride in her dress.
No.
But also,
yeah.
he's at your dress fitting.
Yeah, he's like, well,
He
she
left
says later,
a little.
yeah, you need to have, you told me I should highlight my hair so I have sparkle.
So I have shimmer.
Shimmer, yeah, there you go.
I'm wearing a wedding dress which you picked out! I highlighted my hair because you said I needed shimmer.
I was worried because I hadn't seen it in a really long time, and I was like, oh, I hope it isn't like, ooh, falling back onto obvious stereotypes. And there are moments of that in this, but it's all done in a very loving way.
I'm just thinking about the fake movie that he's in.
To serve and protect.
Yeah, which is police. Whatever. But I just love that they're like, we found these items in your personal belongings.
Dan Hedaya shows up as his commanding officer when he's being court-martialed.
Yeah, and it's like, I was just waiting for them to be like, mineral water.
But it got more and more, it was more ridiculous. It was like, a letter to another officer?
A personal letter to another soldier.
Oh, no.
Yes, sir.
A photograph signed Danny San Francisco.
A signed copy of Beaches?
Give that back!
Beaches, starring Bette Davis.
Give that back!
The whole thing is sort of like, in a way, very modern. Like, it's mocking almost even the ideas of gay people in the 90s.
Yes.
Where it's like, it would be news that someone was gay in 97.
Right.
Like, it was.
Yeah.
Like, that was news.
I mean, it still is, which is
it's
stupid.
still somewhat,
somewhat.
but not like I'm being hounded by the press,
Right,
like I'm a random
right.
citizen. Like,
Sure.
But in 97, I feel like, yeah, people were stupid. Like, that was a thing that would happen.
Yeah.
And we find out that it's Oscar night.
Yep.
And his ex-student or old student is nominated for his first Oscar. It's Matt Dillon, just playing, he's so good at playing like sleazy, lovable idiot character.
Sure.
All the nominees are artists, and we shouldn't be forced to compete with each other like dogs.
So then why are you here?
In case I win.
So he's, the Brad Pitt, whatever, like actor extraordinaire. And they get to make fun of the Academy Awards, which was fun.
Yeah, this was just
Whoopi shows up.
Glenn Close
shows up looking fabulous.
Yes.
Fabulous.
And then I love that she just gives this like weird exposition monologue of like, and now we have to tell you all about this movie star. So here's the thing, and here's a clip about the movie that he was in that's very long,
Cameron
and he's the
Drake,
only one that...
the rising star.
Cameron rocketed to stardom with courage and charisma, tackling the role of a brave gay soldier.
And then they proceed to show the entire film.
Right.
At the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
When he's carrying him on his back, it's like a Platoon parody
Oh
or whatever.
God,
and he's just like, I love you, Billy. Like a brother? No, in a different way.
You mean as a cousin?
No, another way.
You mean as a pen pal?
My legs hurt.
Oh my
And then
God.
he leaves him on the statue. Billy! That's just a statue, Billy.
Mr. President, am I still a good American?
It's a statue, Billy.
Oh, Danny, I love you.
It was like, that movie seemed like something from a Ben Stiller film.
It seemed like Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like great. And I was, like, I love it.
Yeah.
Matt Dillon wins the Oscar, and based on real life events of like Tom Hanks winning his award for Philadelphia, I don't think Tom Hanks was outing anybody.
Right.
Because it was just like, these two men that are dating were my teachers. They're gay men. Like, they're out. But it was based on that.
Yeah, inspired by.
Mr. Raleigh Farnsworth was my high school drama teacher. I mention their names because they are two of the finest gay Americans.
But before he wins, Glenn Close is announcing all of the other nominees.
Right.
They
God.
don't get clips. But
No.
Paul Newman for Coot.
Clint Eastwood in Codger.
Yeah.
Michael Douglas in Primary Urges.
Michael Douglas for Primary Urges. And Steven Seagal for Snowball in Hell.
And Steven Seagal in Snowball in Hell. I mean, it's just like real good and like, but not too obvious. Just
Glenn
Close playing.
Snowball's chance in hell.
Like Clint Eastwood's an old codger. Like, it was good.
Yeah.
I appreciated it.
Yep.
Oh, we forgot about Debbie Reynolds' fabulous Oscar party. And she's like, Once popcorn, movie theater style popcorn.
What do you have for best documentary? Something about Polish mine workers and their struggle to be free.
I hope that nice Sally Field wins.
But she's not nominated.
She's not even nominated. Well, just the same.
I was like, that's me at every Oscars.
Yeah. Matt Dillon gets up there and starts to give a pretty innocuous speech about like,
I'm real dumb.
And then he's just like, I'd also like to thank Howard Brackett, my teacher from Greenleaf, Indiana, and he's gay.
And he's gay.
The remote.
Yeah.
The whole town is just like.
And then, of course, the parents come over in like 28 seconds. It's like,
Howard, do you want to tell us something?
You know what only would have made this better is if some way the grandmother from While You Were Sleeping was in this.
Glynis Johns.
Yes.
Who cares if he's gay?
Yes, oh my God. If he wanted to tell us, he'd tell us.
No, there was just a really fine balance where like Debbie Reynolds, the parents come over and they're like, do you want to tell us something? And like,
he's like, I'm not gay.
He's like, I'm not, I don't know what they're talking about. And immediately Debbie Reynolds is like, I would love you no matter what. Gay, straight, whatever you want to be. If you killed somebody,
Right.
I would love you as long as you get married. And it was like this funny sort of like, she's accepting it, but also I need a wedding.
Yes. I love it.
I've been waiting my whole life for this wedding to happen.
I almost wish, I think it was at this point where the age showed a little bit, where it's like, oh, well, like a modern take would be that he would still get married in the end
to Tom
Selleck or whatever, which I wouldn't have liked that because it's like, oh, of course, the first gay guy that shows up and they get married.
That he ever kisses, yeah. No.
But maybe what you could do is, I like this idea. Okay, so I'm just going to say, because I always think that it's Rob Lowe on the cover.
I know, you do.
I'm going to say that Rob Lowe comes to town and he's openly gay.
Love it.
Okay. Kevin Kline is still a teacher. He's set to be married to Joan Cusack.
But then they'll be like boyfriend twins.
They would be like boyfriend twins. I'm okay with it.
I'm fine with it.
Debbie Reynolds is loving but not quite as accepting, right? She's small town minded and she just can't, she's not okay with it at first.
Right.
But eventually
she
comes
starts to
around.
love Rob Lowe.
Yeah, and she comes around to it and then she gets her wedding at the end.
Yes.
I think that could be really fun.
I like that.
I like this movie. Mm-hmm. It's coming together.
It's the next day. All the reporters are hounding him at the school, and he gets to the classroom, and they're all kind of like, either from like surprised to very homophobic. Zach Orth is like the most homophobic character in the movie. He's like bro-y, football, like gay panicky, like
sure.
Oh, like I'm not gay, get away, like whatever, like it's gonna rub off on me. Like he kind of has that role, and you're like, well, but it's a nice counterbalance to like. I think you need those scenes to make you go, oh God, to then make the scenes where other people are so accepting and like,
right,
that it makes it more impactful.
Gay guys, they like put stuff in the outholes.
So is your mouth like an in-hole?
Right. You put burgers in it and brew. Unless you're sick and you puke and then it's an outhole, so it's wrong.
They're all trying to like sort of figure out, like they're like, we just can't figure out why he would say that you were gay.
And then he remembers you, and he goes smart, clean, totally decent human being, gay.
Smart, clean, totally decent human being, gay.
And I love that, because that was like, it's like a really positive way of framing it, where it's just like, oh yeah, you're a well put together person, of course you're gay, because men are messes. Straight men are slobs.
Our first instance of Bob Newhart as the principal, who I think also plays it really. He's not playing it like as a straight homophobic stereotype, which I liked. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like this movie easily could have been like, oh God, here's this, you know, like
right. Oh, and I'm a
crazy
bigoted
principal,
old man.
like, you know, like get off my lawn.
No, he was
like Midwest 90s uncomfortable with it.
Yes.
Where he was just like, I mean, Howard, I just, like, and he kept saying the wrong words.
The wrong
for
words,
things, you know,
yeah.
it's like-
It's just a matter of gonads.
It is a gonad thing. A grown-up thing.
Private area.
Right.
Arena.
At home, you know, in your private area, arena.
He just played it so sort of subtly and fun or
Yes.
whatever that I appreciated that. And
It
all
was
the-
just enough of like, come on, get with it. Everyone else is.
Exactly. But in the teacher's lounge, everyone's like, oh, I knew. Oh, I didn't. What are you talking about? Oh my God. Da, 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 da. Why are we talking about Howard? Because he likes Dick, Carl.
Why are we talking about Howard?
Because he likes dick, Carl.
Dick who?
Dick who? I mean, this movie clips a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's an hour and 26 minutes.
Right.
I miss those movies.
I know.
It
It's
just
like
zoom
Yep.
by. It's still jam-packed.
Yep.
There's still enough scenes, but just streamlined.
Yeah, it's just like, here's a quick hour and a half. We're going to get in, get out, and it's going to be fun.
We go to his bachelor party, and at this point, Kevin Kline's character is like trying to be like, I'm
Oh, right.
butch. Like he's
Yeah.
like, because everybody keeps saying you're gay, you're gay,
Right.
you're gay, or whatever, and so he's trying to like play it off, but it doesn't come off as like too gross. You know, he's just on the line.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it feels really real of like,
in his mind, he isn't yet. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like he hasn't accepted it
Yeah.
yet, so he's just like, oh no, I'm straight.
it
or
was like
whatever.
me when I was 15.
Give me them cigars, boys.
Oh my God.
He's there!
This was gross though when he was talking about like the
And then
porn.
he talked about Tracy Lords, and I was like, ooh, that's no, oh no.
Triple X, Little Oral Annie, Tracy Lords, lay some adult video on me.
I was a little surprised that he thought the best idea to show that he wasn't gay was to bring up the idea of watching porn with a bunch of dudes.
Do dudes do that?
I mean, even if they do, like...
It's still pretty gay. But
Right, like, what are you all gonna do? Just...
jerk off?
We got it. Uncut. Funny girl!
Funny girl on Laserdisc?
Oh my God.
So they'd have to flip it in the middle? Oh my God.
Well, unless you had a real fancy
Unless you had
Laserdisc
a
player
real
like I had where it automatically went from side A to side B.
Oh.
This was so great. I loved it. It was like, you guys, I'm really offended and disappointed
I can't
in you.
believe you.
Right? That you were my bachelor party. We're gonna watch Funny Girl.
No,
They're like, well, we could watch Gentle, or we could watch.
It's like, you did that whole Barbra Streisand Film Festival last year. It was great. Like, they all got into it. They all knew everything about Barbara, too.
Right? Oh my God, I loved it.
But this is my goddamn bachelor party, and I am not going to goddamn watch Funny Girl. Me neither. I hate that crap. Thank you. You got A Star Is Born?
Oh, sure.
A Star Is Born.
She looks bad in Star Is Born.
Oh, no, she didn't look good in A Star Is Born.
Mm-mm.
I thought this was a really interesting scene between Bob Newhart and Kevin Kline after a day or two after, you know, he's been outed or whatever.
Right, oh.
And he's sort of like, so you're still like getting married though. Like there was this sort of under conversation of like, is this a threat that if I don't, you'll fire me?
Right.
No, it's a warning as a friend that like, you know, I'm uncomfortable with this or that I think the town is uncomfortable with this.
Yeah.
He's trying to say homosexual. You're a homeroom teacher?
Wondering if, in fact, you were a
Homeroom teacher?
homosexual.
That was the scene where we get Kevin Kline saying like, it's teaching is my life.
Right.
I love these kids, you
Yeah.
know, and that's why it was so like sad, but just really, I don't know. I thought that was like well handled scene.
Are you saying that if I weren't getting married, I'd be fired?
But that's not an issue, is it?
No.
Yes, it really was. Well, what I really liked about this was that they had established him very well and very quickly as like a good teacher, but
Great
also as like non-threatening. You know, it was like
Yeah.
And so it really pointed out like the hypocrisy and the stupidity of everyone being like, "Oh my God, he's gay. I don't want him to see us naked." And it's like, well,
Yeah.
you guys, this has been happening for this whole time. And
Yeah,
it's
nothing's
like,
changed.
Exactly. It's just you that's changed. And I thought that was good too. He had that speech where he's like, "I haven't changed. I'm still me. Everyone else changed."
Exactly. Well, because we get, oh my gosh, so he's going crazy, goes to the priest from Sister Act, which, by the way, the guy who wrote this movie, Paul, last name here, also wrote Sister Act, Addams Family Values. I was like, oh, you
No
get
wonder.
it. You get it.
Yeah, Paul.
He goes to the priest.
Oh, right.
From Sister Act to be like, oh, well, there's this other guy. I'm not Catholic. It's a friend of mine. And everyone's saying that he's gay.
He's what?
What?
He's gay.
Oh. He just has never had a physical relationship with her.
Never? In 3 years?
He respects her.
He's gay.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No.
He's been engaged for 3 years and he hasn't been physical with her. 3 years? Like the priest is shocked.
Yeah.
Well, I think you need to go try it out and see if you're making a horrible mistake. That's great advice for the priest.
It was really good advice.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, then he must go to her. He's got to find out. He must be, be with her.
And he goes over to Joan Cusack's Rachel Ashwell inspired house and she's doing aromatized with Richard Simmons.
So good.
He's sort of having his like breakdown. He gets on his bike and like, pedaling through town. Tom Selleck almost runs him over. And then we get, I thought, another very nice scene with Tom Selleck coming out being like, Howard, I'm gay.
Yeah.
I'm gay. I came out.
To whom?
To everyone. My folks, my boss, my dog. I just got tired of switching pronouns and remembering to lower my voice, and I couldn't take lying to the people that I love. Does that sound familiar?
No.
My mother cried for 10 seconds. My boss said, who cares?
And my dad said, but you're so tall.
But you're so tall.
Yeah.
Everyone surprised me. Once I let them. Once I trusted them.
I like that he had a grounded, three-dimensional gay character to, like, talk to.
Yes.
You know? It wasn't just like, oh, and now I'm gonna, like, go Google, like, gay men.
Right.
He was, like, a nice character to just be there for him. Be like, hey, I'm gonna sort of be your sage, your wise sage, you know? Like, come.
But I'm not gay! What was Streisand's 8th album?
Color Me Barbara.
Stud.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone where?
I'm not gay! And all the loose legs when he's kissing him.
Oh my god, oh, the leg work is really great.
Don't people kiss in Greenleaf? Not at an intersection! And then Debbie Reynolds rolls up with the cake. Oh, hi, Howard. Look, it's the cake.
This is my Peter. Friend, Peter. We just ran into each other here at the intersection. Homosexual. Intersection. I gotta go.
Since you're a friend of Howard's, I hope we'll see you at the wedding.
All right.
Bright and early, 9 a.m. on Sunday. I was like, oh, Jesus, 9 a.m.
I guess they wanted to have a lunch reception.
That makes me think, how long was Joan Cusack driving around in that car? Because it is nighttime by the time she stops.
True. It's true.
She's just like doing donuts. Just like rage donuts. And then, I mean...
Is this the best scene?
For reasons, I mean, this then implies to me, so Kevin Kline goes home and he puts on this audio tape.
That he already owned.
So in my mind, I'm like, oh, so you had some inkling, I mean, obviously, or like, so, you know, like you had already bought these for a reason or whatever. And it's like exploring your sexuality and
like,
manhood or something like that.
Are you dressed in suitably masculine attire?
Very.
And he puts on this audio tape that is like omniscient.
Magical? I mean, I like that idea. Like, it's silly and fun and stupid.
Oh,
like,
I loved
obviously,
it.
it makes it amazing. But, like, it's so absurd.
Stand straight and tall. Excuse me, are we a little teapot?
To untuck your shirt. Only
half of it. No, only half of it.
No,
Right.
it's such a mess. Adjust yourself.
Not there. The family jewels. Grab 'em.
Grab 'em.
There. Yeah.
Repeat after me. Yo.
Yo.
Hot damn.
Hot damn.
What a fabulous window treatment.
What a fabulous
That was a trick.
Ah!
And then they start playing Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive.
Oh my god.
Men don't dance.
This will be your ultimate test. At all costs, avoid rhythm, grace, and pleasure.
Don't dance. Don't do it.
Feel the rhythm of the music. He's just...
Men do not dance. They work. They drink. They have bad backs. Whatever you do, do not dance!
God.
Kevin Kline's a great dancer.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on Broadway, so I'm not surprised.
Oh,
he was in Pirates of Penzance.
Oh, that makes sense.
And I think other things.
Sure. You give us a little good tushy rub on the door. And...
Boop. The whole movie, this wedding is looming over us. Is he going to come out before the wedding? How is this going to go down? So we get to Sunday morning, bright and early, 9 a.m.
Yep.
Everyone's getting ready. I mean, that means Joan Cusack must have had to get up at 5 to get her makeup done in time. So she's getting ready or whatever, and the little flower girl.
My mom says it won't last.
Your mom is an alcoholic.
Your mother's an alcoholic. The shade.
Debbie Reynolds.
Just so sweetly.
Yeah.
A marriage is truly a blessed event. It must be a union based on deepest love and absolute honesty.
Kevin Kline's face just progressively is more like, oh my god, panic.
Yeah.
Tile, no one will know.
Yeah,
no one will know. Oh my god, it's so good.
Joan Cusack, do you take him? I do.
I do.
Kevin Kline, do you?
Till death do you part.
I'm gay.
What he meant to say was, it's a beautiful day.
Mom.
What Howard meant to say was, he's having a wonderful day.
Mom?
What did you say? He's gay. I heard him.
I'm gay.
You're what?
He's gay.
I heard him.
I love that Joan Cusack's character was in so many ways similar to her and Addams Family Values, which now is really amazing knowing that...
It's the same writer.
Yeah.
Well, and then this is when the movie really gets stolen by Joan Cusack, in my opinion. Like, the whole thing is very Kevin Kline and his whole thing. And it really becomes, the funniest comedy once this happens, because Joan Cusack has all of the best lines.
Oh my god.
She's just pacing in the back room, just so furious, and she's like, I don't know, was there any other time you could have told me?
Was there... any other time you might have told me this?
Do you know how many times I've had to watch Funny Lady?
It was a sequel. She was under contract.
Fuck Barbara Streisand! And you!
And she gets in the car.
She gets in the car and she with the
dress and then the seatbelt.
And then it's sort of the aftermath of he's like, I've destroyed my entire life.
Yes.
I just came out in front of everybody. My family, my friends, my mom, my dad. Look at my hand.
We get Debbie Reynolds and all of her book club gal pals.
Oh, this was so great.
Sitting around in the reception hall, taking their shoes off.
Her,
and she's just sort of what just happened? Oh my gosh, this just happened.
You have 2 boys. You fed them the same, you raised them the same, and you loved them the same. And one of them is gay.
And then she's like, I think it's good. I mean, what if we all just confessed something? And she talks about her Rice Krispies treats.
They're not my recipe. These are a dead woman's treats.
This is a dead woman's treats.
I'll say it right out loud.
I hated Bridges of Madison County.
My husband has 3 testicles.
And they all start laughing. Oh, I love this.
Oh.
I love this.
Oh, right. Well, and then meanwhile...
Right. I mean, at this point, if you hadn't seen the movie, you would expect that, Matt Dillon was only getting an and credit.
Exactly. He was just, barely in it. But no, he shows up again because he sees it in the news and is like, oh, I have to go help them.
Yeah.
So he drags his mall girlfriend.
Cam? I'm Sonia.
I promised Isaac I'd do his show. The new collection is this afternoon. I have to shower and vomit.
I promised I'd be in Isaac's show. I have to shower and vomit.
Oh, God. It's like, whoa.
They went all in.
But then they had that whole little PSA. He's like, please, there's a diner. Go eat something. I beg of you.
I'm worried about you.
Okay.
And she's, I'm calling my agency, and then she doesn't know how to use a rotary phone. Cam!
Josh, please!
Cam! Wilford Brimley, his dad,
oh yeah,
goes over to Kevin Kline's house. Kevin Kline's sort of just staring off into the distance like, whoa, I just blew up my life. You know, what does this mean? And Wilford Brimley is like, he's like, I'm trying, you know, like he keeps saying things, putting his foot in his mouth and kind of saying things that are like awkward or whatever, uncomfortable. And then he's like, I'm a farmer. Like, I'm trying. I don't know what to do here. Like, he's just being really honest. And
Sure.
he's like, oh, that was like a real scene.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Your mother asked me to come here. She's worried about you. She's afraid you're not eating.
Your mother's worried you're not eating since the hour she saw you before. And he brings him a piece of cake.
Oh my God,
in a paper bag, though.
I was like, what? How
Like
the frosting is just...
Is it in Tupperware?
Right? Maybe.
The bag would be
disgusting.
soaked. It would be
Just,
like
really...
Like,
oh God, oh no, oh no.
She goes to this bar and she just runs into this bar in the wedding dress.
Yep. Can I get a drink or what?
I just want to eat.
Some peanuts. Lots of them. I don't care about anything anymore. What else have you got back there? I just want to eat.
But then Tom Selleck, it turns out, was there.
Had a bad day. Very, very bad day.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? She's all drunk and she starts to be like, you're pretty. What's going on with you?
What?
Will you sleep with me?
I can't. I'm gay. Is everybody gay?
Is everybody gay?
Well, then she almost gets hit by...
Lots of almost getting... Oh, no. She stops and then she just throws herself onto his hood.
Now I'm more miserable than ever, and I'm a mess, and I'm starving.
That I'm starving. Oh, I just love her.
Love her.
She's so fabulous in this movie. It's
in everything.
I mean,
ever.
Literally in everything. But like, she's so good in this movie. I
Yeah.
love it. And it's Cam.
Yeah.
And they established earlier that she was his student, teacher, advisor, whatever helped him read Romeo and Juliet.
Yep.
They recite Romeo and Juliet to each other.
Your stony limits cannot hold love in.
Out.
Cannot hold love out.
Yeah, I mean, there was a whole interesting thing of like, you know, her character where I based my entire self-esteem on you, my entire concept of my beauty on that you wanted to marry me and that you're so fabulous and going to show me the world. And like, it was really tragic that she had done all of that or whatever. And then that she comes full circle and like sort of finds that she can believe in herself. And like, that was nice. I mean, she does find another man to validate her, but you know, okay. I mean, it's really packed in, you know, it was like the Oscars were on a Thursday.
Oh, right, yeah.
Whatever. The wedding's on Sunday.
Yeah, because they said 3 days till the wedding.
And then graduation's on that Monday. Yeah. You know, it's all like bam, 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 or whatever. And he's been fired, and so he doesn't think he should go to the graduation. But then his dad is sort of like, you taught those kids, you know.
They'd be upset if you weren't there.
You have every right to be there. So he shows up last minute, and of course there's like a Teacher of the Year award that's also going on at graduation.
Right.
And
there was this that felt like a subplot that
like got trimmed away at.
Yeah.
We're not Eugene Levy and not Catherine O'Hara, the other teachers.
That would have been better.
It would have just put it over the top. It would have been so good.
Hoosiers.
He doesn't win Teacher of the Year. And Matt Dillon.
He's ineligible.
He's ineligible because he's been fired and because he's gay. This whole thing. Matt Dillon comes in and just like, hey, Mr. Brackett.
Hey, Mr. Brackett. Mr. Brackett, weren't you up for this Teacher of the Year thing?
How you doing? Weren't you up for Teacher of the Year? Gives a whole speech about like, he like just completely points out to Bob Newhart like, oh, so you're like worried that like his gay is gonna rub off on them?
Yeah. So what you're saying then is since Mr. Brackett's gay, that he's gonna like send out some kind of gay microwaves and make everybody else gay?
I'm a little slow, sorry.
Like, is that what you're trying to say or whatever?
Yeah. Well, then this was great because I was like, well, first of all, I was still like, okay, this little this little ginger kid is also gay, right?
Yeah, you were like, so he's gay. It's just that's gonna be a thing.
And then I was like, in my head before this, when he says that, I was like, oh good, I hope there's like a Spartacus moment.
I'm gay.
And then there was, and I was like, yes!
Oh my God, Mr. Brackett, I'm gay.
I'm gay. Excuse me?
I'm gay.
So am I. I'm Howard's father. I've lived in this town my whole life, and I'm gay.
I'm Howard's mother, and I'm very proud of him. And I'm a lesbian.
So silly.
I'm Julie. I work at the dress barn. Howard has perfect taste, just like me. I'm gay.
The volunteer fire brigade. Howard has always been ready to lend a hand. Gay!
I'm gay.
You know, okay, he can have his job back. Everything's great. The town has accepted him. I'm gay. I'm gay.
But he didn't get a Teacher of the Year award. Well, maybe he should have this. And he pulls out the Oscar. And he brought with him.
Of course.
Well,
and apparently that's Kevin Kline's Oscar from Fish Called Wanda. Like,
love
he
it.
let them use it for the day or whatever. I was like, great, love it.
Yeah.
Let's add more.
And then they start playing people
on
the band.
He got that whole town obsessed with
with
Barbra
Barbra
Streisand.
I
bet
it.
the orchestra played the opening night of his film festival.
Did Barbara do something to you?
This is another movie like Soap Dish where you, like, for me at least, don't really want it to end.
Right.
Like, you're like, oh, just keep, like, can we have 10 minutes of them dancing montage? Oh, great. Love it. So we get a wedding fake out.
I was like, so wait, is he gonna marry Tom Selleck? I don't want him to marry Tom Selleck.
Right.
And then it doesn't. Instead, it's just Debbie Reynolds got her wedding by renewing her vows.
With Wilford Brimley, I was like, oh, this is so perfect. They
Yeah.
just used the same venue,
Yeah,
all of the above. I love it.
Yeah.
Bernice, after 42 years, do you still take Frank to be your lawfully wedded husband?
And then there's just a dance party to Macho Men.
Yep.
I wasn't mad
great.
about it at all.
Nope.
It's like, more.
Yep.
More, please.
Just keep dancing. Just keep giving us disco hits.
All of it. I want all of it.
Yep.
Ugh. I love Kevin Kline.
Oh, yeah.
Stand by it.
He's particularly in this, he's like really great. And like charming and adorable and like it's really good.
Cheers to Debbie Reynolds and Joan Cusack and Kevin Kline and the whole cast.
Yep.
And I love this movie.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's freaking great.
Yep. And cheers to Pride Month.
Fuck Barbra Streisand!